Welcome back to the Prime Focus Goalkeeping channel. I'm Brandon Miller, your host, and today we're going to talk about some exercises you can do with your goalkeepers when they may have an injury. Sometimes, specifically lower body injuries, but sometimes goalkeeper coaches and head coaches, assistant coaches kind of put our goalkeepers off to the side when they get injured, and then it's maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks, but you're not really getting the work and that you could to maintain a little bit of sharpness and still have a lot of your technique. So we're going to talk about some things today that you can do specifically when your goalkeeper may have a lower body injury. Maybe it's a sprained ankle, maybe it's a strained calf, maybe it's a little bit of a knee injury, right? That they can do where it's not going to put a lot of impact on your lower body. It'll put minimal impact on your lower body, but you can still focus on a lot of goalkeeping technique that'll help you improve and stay a bit sharp. So we're going to start off. Coach Pablo is going to be on the ground. We're going to start out simply just working on hand shape, right? Catching the ball. It's a lost art for goalkeepers a lot of time. And we don't put a lot of emphasis on it because we're focused on so many other things in training. We don't simply just work on the basics of your hand shape and catching the ball consistently. So we're going to start out, this drill is a little bit core work, but it also really is mainly focusing on how we catch the ball. So we're just going to have Coach Pablo sitting right here. You can go knee or feet flat, and we're just going to toss the ball in. We just want him to focus on catching the ball. He's going to take it back, and he's going to rock back up and toss. So we're here. Catch the ball, back, and back up, right? Focusing on what does your hand shape look like every single time you catch the ball. It's a good workout for your goalkeepers to get a little core work, but also focus on catching the ball, right? So a lot of times we do that, and goalkeepers simply just have their hands up to catch it whatever way, and they're just focused on, I need to get these crunches, and I need to get these sit-ups in. When the focus should be, what does my hand shape look like? Looks good, I take it back, bring it back up. It's a good way to get a little bit of work in as well. We can also work on, with our hand shape there, going single-handed. Not enough goalkeepers and goalkeeper coaches utilize single-hand catches to focus on how you control the ball, because catching a ball is about controlling the ball. So we like to do a similar drill, single hand, where we go one, we catch, and we bring it back in. Now notice how he's not just slapping the ball back in. It's about controlling the ball and then taking it backwards, right? Using the whole hand to control the ball. See how that ball just barely moves when he gets there, right? He's using his whole hand to control it while also getting a bit of core work in, right? Control is so crucial. Single hand control is so crucial because when we bring them together, now we have a lot more mastery of the ball. From there, we can have Coach Pablo go legs straight out, and we'll just go with some simple volleys. We like to call this isolation handling. Isolation handling is so important because we simply just want goalkeepers to understand how to raise their hands up and catch the ball. We're just gonna do a few volleys in here. Whoop, a little high from me, but ball comes in. And the only real movement is Coach Pablo's hands towards the ball. His chest is moving a little bit, but that's mainly because I can't simply just hit the ball straight, right? But this is a huge focus of what does my hand shape look like? Now, one of the big things here in building good habits, when we do this, we don't want our goalkeepers just sitting right here with their hands right by their face because they know a ball's being hit around their face, right? We want to build habits of my hands are in a better position, more accurate position of like when I'm going to get set, and then when that ball comes in, it's raising my hands to the ball in the proper shape. So let's go through a couple more, right? Coach Paulo puts his hands back, and then they're up to catch. One more. And good. All right, and then from there, depending on how injured your goalkeeper is, maybe we go to our knees. All right, so we go to our knees and we do some more isolation handling, very similar, where ball comes in, and now it's just focusing on, now I can put my hands down, even better shape to where I'm usually set, and I can lift my hands up and catch the ball. Those are our isolation handling drills that really want to focus on hand shape. Really want to see what my hands look like behind the ball. How do I master taking my hands from a set position to a position where I'm catching on a consistent basis and in a consistent shape so I can catch the ball. Now, we want to look at some other drills that we can work on. Maybe it's a bit of a diving drill where we're not actually physically diving all the time, but we're focusing on the technique of it. So we'll have Coach Pablo go down to his side, and we've all done it, right? The simple rockers. But from here, we want to focus on how do I get my chest and my shoulders and my hands forward towards the ball as opposed to just falling down to the side. That's the big thing. All right, a lot of times players just get into the monotony of the drill and we're just going down and up and down and up. We want to focus on building habits, getting out towards the ball. Chest forward, hands forward, catch that ball. Good hand shape here, right? It's gone from a hand shape here to now I'm on the side and trapping the ball down into the ground, but I still have to focus on the hand shape there. So we just play a few in. Good, ball comes back in. Very minimal work being done by the lower body, right? But we're focusing on building that technique. Building that technique to get our hands out towards the ball. And good. So it's a basic one that we do a lot of times. We do it a lot throughout goalkeeper training, but we've got to be able to do it on a consistent basis, doing it the right way. And it's a really good drill to use when your goalkeeper isn't as mobile. Now we'll go to the other side and we'll do a very similar drill, but one I like to do tossing out of the air. Right, so it's the same one, except the ball's not on the ground now. And so now Coach Pablo has the catch, take it to the ground. All right, this is a good drill to help your goalkeepers learn how to take the ball down to the ground and let the ground absorb a lot of that fall, as opposed to a lot of times when goalkeepers dive, they catch the ball and then their body hits the ground, and a lot of that power and absorption is going into your body as opposed to the ball taking all of that. So we do a couple here where we toss, getting those hands forward, that chest forward, really exaggerating it. So we're working on that technique. Let's do one more, and good. So we're working on hand shape, we worked on a little bit of diving technique. One more thing that we like to work on, it's not one that a lot of goalkeepers or goalkeeper coaches work on a ton, is punching. All right, so we simply just, in a seated position like we had before, all right, we can simply just work on two-handed punches where we toss, ball just pops back to me, right? That's all it is focusing on contact. That's the biggest reason why goalkeepers struggle with punching, is because they don't know how to contact the ball. They have their hands out too wide. They try to bring them together and time it all at the same time, when we simply just need to focus on getting good contact. You see how Coach Pablo has his hands together, right? And he's just jabbing the ball right back to me, right? Doesn't take a lot of power. And we can do it single hand now. We look at the right hand, just the right hand right back to me. Just control. It's all about control here. And the left hand. If we're right-handed, we may not use the left hand as much, but it's still important to understand how to do. So those are some drills that you can utilize with your goalkeeper when they aren't as mobile with their lower body. They may have a little bit of an injury, and you want to lower the impact of the work that they're doing on their lower body. We're focusing on hand shape, handling, basic drills there where they don't have to do a lot of movement. Focusing on that diving technique where you're not so much diving, but you're getting the end of it, where you can understand how to get your shoulders and your chest out to the ball and build those habits. And the lost art of punching, something that we don't work on enough as goalkeepers and goalkeeper coaches, but it's a very important skill to have once you get into the game. So if you have any other ideas, or if you have any other questions, be sure to leave them in our comment section. But until next time, stay focused.